Before we get to Senator Langford, I just want to inject something completely different, okay? Here's a question. Why has America come to hate Harvard, or Penn, or MIT, or Carnegie Mellon, or a bunch of West Coast schools, or fancy elite universities everywhere in general? Why? Well, for one thing, they all lack the backbone to stop anti-Semitism. By the way, the same could be said about the Biden White House, which set up some kind of interagency working group on Islamophobia, but not one on anti-Semitism. It's tragic, it's pathetic, and it's awful. Now let's go back to Harvard and its president, Claudine Gay. Not only did she flunk the anti-Semitism test posed to her by House Republican leader Elise Stefanik, then tried some mealy-mouthed walking it back tactics later, which will never pass the smell test. She is also now embroiled in a plagiarism scandal, where a number of experts have clearly and unambiguously pointed the finger at the Harvard president. You know, in the academic world, plagiarism is one of the biggest no-nos. Not as big as anti-Semitism, to be sure, but a major and presumably punishable offense. Usually, students and faculty get expelled for it, but not Ms. Gay. The Harvard Corporation has, for reasons unclear, stood behind Gay so far, and President allowed her to retroactively whitewash her plagiarism. Then, the New York Post wrote a scathingly detailed story about how Harvard lawyers worked assiduously to cover it up. Normally in America, you'd say 3 strikes and you're out: anti-Semitism, plagiarism, and a cover-up. But Harvard doesn't want to admit any wrongdoing. So for now, they're sticking with Claudine Gay. Many people believe she got where she got and remains where she remains because of Harvard's left-wing policies concerning diversity, equity, and inclusion. Not merit, mind you, but DEI. And showing up for the first time to help a bunch of Harvard Jewish kids light the Hanukkah candles is so transparently phony that it will not change Claudine Gay's shaky standing. Anyway, Harvard's lost some money from large donors overall, but there's an even bigger money scandal regarding all these well-endowed elite universities, and that is they're really permitted by law to run tax-free hedge funds with their endowments on the one hand, and they're the recipients of massive volumes of federal spending on the other. Another hat tip to the New York Post breaking this story. Combined endowment of Harvard, Penn, and MIT, just short of $100 billion. Any capital gains from stock sales or interest on bonds is taxed at, wait for it, 0. That's right, 0. Ordinary run-of-the-mill well-to-do people, well, they've got to pay a top rate of 37%. Or long-term capital gains for individuals have a top rate of 15%. The corporate tax rate is 21%, and the dividend income is taxed at 37%. But for Harvard and the other big shot schools, their tax rate is 0. And for all income combined, these schools have a top tax rate of 1.4%. And on top of that, just Harvard alone, besides their $2.5 billion in virtually tax-free investments, they received, get this, $676 million from federal government grants, $349 million from state governments, and $1.3 billion from tuition, including federal loans like Pell Grants. Professor Rich Vedder from Ohio University has estimated that government subsidies and tax breaks at Ivy League schools are more heavily subsidized than students at public universities, state schools. Now, this inequity, on top of their egregious left-wing social policies, as well as their spiraling anti-Semitism, should be totally changed. At the very least, there should be a heavy cost imposed on these schools. Now, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance has a very good idea. He recently tweeted about his bill that would tax the largest endowments at 35%, not 1.4%, in order to impose significant consequences on these DEI and woke insanities. Harvard and the others may still hate America, and they may hate traditional American values, but at least they'll find that hatred to be far more costly than the free lunch they're getting now.